How to, cousins? I just gassed up the Corolla, and we are going to be hitting some awesome antique stores, flea markets, thrift stores today. We're going to do a bunch of sourcing, and we're going to unleash a new segment called Rusty's Hot Tips. Why don't you join us today? Hey, hey, hey! anytime you can find old cool boxes like this with latches and stuff, it's worth looking at. This is an old cigar box from the Bel Air Country Club. I bought this for 2 reasons. Number one, I can sell the box by itself. I've cleared out all the other junk in here just to show you these items, but you can see what a cool look here. Bel Air Country Club, Los Angeles, California. And then on top of that, this was full of a bunch of different sockets and socket-related items. But we've got a bunch of these that are the Snap-on brand. You can see this, different ones, Snap-on. If you're looking for vintage tools, one brand to look out for is Snap-on. It's a very highly collectible. I'm going to sell these in a lot together, and then I'm going to sell this box by itself. Here's a close-up look, guys, of this container that I bought. It says Reptiles in North Carolina, 48 slides. You can see all those different types of snakes that are supposedly represented in here. We've got some other handwritten notes here of different slides. Let's just take a look here. I'm just going to randomly pull one out. This says Diamondback. So this is like a skeleton of a diamondback rattlesnake. That's crazy. Let's pull another random one out here. What do we got? The red-bellied turtle. Okay, that's not even a snake. That's a turtle. What else we got here? What's this? Right here we've got a copperhead. Map of the area where the copperheads live. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find... what do we got here? The southern hognose snake. Look at that. So these are all old slides of snakes, people. I looked up. I couldn't find anything like this selling on eBay. So it's hard to get a comp. There's a chameleon. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that very well or not. Really neat thing. For $20, guys, I absolutely believe I'm going to make my money back on this. What a cool little picture here, guys. This has got a couple of things going for it. First of all, it's a man in uniform. This is probably circled around World War II, judging by his outfit there. The other thing it's got going for it is that he's playing an instrument. People collect both military-related photographs and things related to wars. Then also, there's a collector market out there for people who collect vintage things that have to do with music, whether that's bands or people playing instruments out kind of in the real world. And this is out in the field. This man, it looks like there's a tent behind him, and he's playing this, it looks like a trumpet. Really cool look for $2. I'll be able to turn this and sell it for between $10 and $20, no problem. We're finding so many great deals today, but let's take a moment and jump into a new segment called Rusty's Hot Tips. I got a really burning hot one for you today.
Rusty's Hot Tips.
Here's a hot tip for you guys, and that is when you're outsourcing, always bring 2 items with you, just in case you come across jewelry. These things are small and they fit in your pocket. One is a magnet. It could be of any size. This is just a small little round one about the size of slightly larger than a quarter. And then a loop. This is a little tiny magnifying glass. There's various types, but they all serve the same function. It helps you look at stuff up real close. This is what you use when you're looking to see if there are markings on something to tell if it's a precious metal like silver or gold. And then the magnet you use, because precious metals like silver and gold are not magnetic like other alloy metals. Let me give you a quick example. In a recent video, I showed you a box, a container that I got for $25 at a antique store, and it said junk watch parts. Now, the reason that they say junk on there is because most of them were broken watch bands and various components of watches that do not work. For example, we have a couple of really old, and I'm talking like 1920s, early 1900s, earlier than that, Elgin watches. This watch band is not original to this watch, but it's really beautiful. And these hands that are that blue metallic color indicate a time period right around the early 1900s. That was common. Both of them have that. Now, if I want to see what kind of metal this is made out of, if it's made out of gold predominantly, I can use a magnet. If I put it down here, you'll see that that jumped on there real fast, okay? So it's unlikely that this is made of metal. Same thing over here. If I put it down, it jumps up there, it sticks right to it, real easy like. Okay? Now watch this on this band here. Nothing. Nothing at all. And you can see that this is a nice gold color. Well, the deal with this is that this is made out of gold. And that is why it is not magnetic. Also, right up here, do you see all these little stones? Those have tested positive for diamonds. So what I'm holding right here is a gold watch band. The ends of them have been snipped off for use in some other purpose, or maybe they were broken off. Someone saw this and they thought, this is just junk, throw it in a box. Guys, if this ends up being 14 karat gold, it's about 18 grams, and this will be worth somewhere around $500 to $600 just in spot gold weight. If it's 18 karat gold, we're going to be talking more in the $700 range. $700 potentially, $500 more likely. It's probably 14 karat gold with diamonds on it. And it doesn't matter that it's a broken watch band because people will melt this down just for the gold. Now, if I was out just sitting out or hanging on something, I could very quickly and easily test this, and I would have a good idea that it's likely made of gold. The fact that these are diamonds also is a good indication. There's a hot tip for you guys. Always bring a little loop and a magnet with you. One thing, guys, that can sell for lots of money, depending on what it is old Boy Scout and Girl Scout items. This here we got is a National Junior Leader Training Camp, the Shift Scout Reservation. It's made at Neil's Novelty Shop in Bedford, Maine. It's called the Neil Slide. Here we got one that's across, same thing, the Neil Slide. These are slide things that you put on scarves to pull up in the uniforms of Boy Scouts. Sometimes these sell for 10, 15 bucks a piece, but I've seen them go up over 100 for a pair. So we're gonna try our luck out. This is perhaps one of the coolest things I found today, is this scrapbook. I paid $10 for it. It says Mountain Valley, or Missouri Valley Champs 1918. You got all these cutout photographs of a man in different uniforms. You got football here, swimming, baseball. If I open this sucker up, look at this. Boom. It's almost like a pop-up. He's just standing there. He was a halfback and an end in the season of 1917. Then we move on to baseball. Here's where we got our start. Just awesome stuff, guys. This thing is chock full of super cool photographs. If you turn over, you can see all of these of a man or different people in front of these old vehicles from the early 1900s, folks. So far we've got sports, we've got old vintage vehicles. There is tennis, baseball, and football represented in this scrapbook. Then as I pull over here and I start looking, I notice that this is talking about a university, a certain place. It says it's his alma mater. That's where the engineers sweat. This is the architects, the old quad and the archway. As you go a little bit further, you start to see more. This is just him and all of his buddies in college doing this and that. Here he is. There's Red at the net playing some tennis. Early 1900s, guys. Super cool photographs. This is looking from one of the towers here. And this is views of Washington U. So this is Wash U, or Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. I happen to have a local cousin that I know who went there, and she's awful smart. Had a good time at that school. So we've got several things that are of interest to collectors. We've got vintage university-related items. We have sports-related items. Now it's Washington U from T number 8. So here they are. They're playing golf at the Pavilion in Forest Park, which if you're familiar with St. Louis, that's a very large park. It's one of the largest public parks in the United States. And we've got all these people here just goofing off, doing this and that, dressed up. We've got sports. We've got, things. We know where the locations of these are taken. Old vehicles, just like the coolest old scrapbook here, guys. Here's something. Here's a big old, it says some turkey, but that's not a turkey. That's either an emu or an ostrich of some kind. Still, I'm sorry, I'm flipping over because these are all different directions in this, but I got a big old animal there. And then it just goes on, folks. More shots of the university, shots of the buddies climbing up on each other's shoulders and stuff, just having a good old time. The outfits that they're wearing, guys, are just incredible. Look at this stuff. For $10, folks, what a great find. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with this. A lot of times when I get things with old photos like this, I split them up and I sell them individually, but it seems like it'd be a shame to split this up. This was, one person. Look at this. Look at them golfing there. One person, and they're all their friends, and they kept all this together. So I'm going to put this up. I'm going to try to put all the keywords in there. Sports. Here's the Gilbert Lake Club. I don't know where that's at. I don't think that's in St. Louis. That's someplace else. But I'm going to put stuff like university. I'm going to put sports. I'm going to put, old vehicles. Look at this. He's in his canoe. They're in their canoes. Anyhow, it goes on and on, guys. What a great find. If you see stuff like this, guys, snatch it up. And when you see it for a price like that, 10 bucks, it is a no-brainer. Guys, I don't find these in the wild all that often. And usually when I do, they say made in China or Taiwan, something like that. But this is an old cast iron skillet. And if you look, The brand is Griswold. Always look for this brand. It's a really old, and it's probably the most collectible brand. This is it says number 8 Erie 704. So I'm going to look up Griswold. If you look it up on eBay, the 704 Erie, these are selling for between $75 and $100. This one was listed for $28. I looked at it. I told them I was interested. I said I might come back. I did come back, and I offered them $20, and they took it. So after eBay fees and all that, I'll probably make around $40, $45 on this one item. Always keep a lookout for first edition books or books that are signed. And I, didn't even see this at first where it says autographed copy on it. I just pulled it out because I was familiar with the book itself. I pulled it open, and the first thing I saw was a little signature, and I thought, I wonder if that is signed by the author. And then upon inspecting it further, I saw that it says autographed copy for $2.49. This is going to be an easy flip. These are selling anywhere from $20 to $25 on eBay. And Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. This is based on a story of something that took place in Savannah, Georgia. There is even the house there where this took place, and I think that there are still tours going on. So if you ever visit that place, it's a cool little thing. But keep a lookout for autographed copies of books when you can get them for cheap. Wait, you're still here? Man, you must love us. Listen, since you love us, will you please like our videos, subscribe, go tell all your friends and family, and the strangers. You know what? Go out tomorrow, go down to your main street in your town, get a little bucket or a box, stand up on top of it, and, tell everybody about the Rusty How-To channel. This is the only way that we can continue to make just top quality entertainment and educational videos for you and yourn. We wish you a lot of luck out there sourcing. Have a great time.
Rusty.